Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. Today marks the 9th anniversary of the creation of the DACA program. It was intended as a temporary protection for young immigrants who arrived in the U.S. illegally as children. But Congress is yet again struggling to secure permanent protections for them. Our Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon reports now in our top story at 5.
9 years after DACA gave them hope of staying in the U.S., young undocumented immigrants known as dreamers, like emergency room doctor Manuel Bernal Mejia, still live in limbo.
As a kid, I was enrolled in way too many extracurriculars, from karate to swim team, all while living in blissful ignorance of the gravity of what it meant to be undocumented.
Bernal Mejia came to the U.S. at the age of 2. He was told college would be impossible, but thanks to DACA, he became an emergency room doctor.
I provide critical care to save American lives on the front lines of the pandemic, even as my own future in this country remains uncertain.
And hundreds of thousands of other DACA recipients who arrived in the U.S. illegally as children also live in fear that DACA could be eliminated. A pending federal ruling over a Texas case could strike down the program entirely. Democratic Senator Alex Padilla and Republican Senator John Cornyn want to see permanent protections for dreamers.
DACA was enacted as a stopgap measure. It was never enough, nor intended to be enough.
And in America, we do not hold children responsible for the actions of their parents.
Still, the 2021 Dream and Promise Act faces tough odds. Senator Cornyn says it goes too far in protecting other types of immigrants.
Radical policies that reward illegal immigration will not pass the Senate.
In Washington, Alexandra Limon, KCAU 9 News.
Here in Siouxland, a second suspect has possibly accepted a plea deal, this in connection to a New Year's Day shooting. 20-year-old Christopher Morales is facing several charges, including first-degree murder. He originally pled not guilty to those charges, but a change of plea hearing is scheduled now for the 22nd of June at 1 p.m. That's at the Woodbury County Courthouse. That shooting left 18-year-old Mia Critis dead and 3 others injured. 2 weeks ago, 18-year-old Anthony Bauer accepted a plea deal in connection to that same shooting. 2 other suspects in the case have not yet taken a plea, but they are scheduled to appear in court later this summer. A settlement has been reached in several lawsuits involving Big Ox Energy. The South Sioux City Council approved a settlement on Monday of 16 lawsuits by local homeowners, all against Big Ox Energy Siouxland. They approved the settlement with a vote of 8-0. Now, in a statement, the city says that they are not admitting liability in the settlement, and it resolves the city's claims against 2 of its insurers and an insurance broker. The mayor of the city says that the settlement is saving taxpayers money and that it's cheaper than defending that lawsuit in court. The settlement doesn't resolve any separate lawsuits with Big Ox, Wells Fargo, and other lenders. Now, tonight, that settlement is just awaiting a court's approval. We will continue to update you. A man that was found dead on a Plymouth County highway has been identified tonight. Around 3:08 in the morning, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from a driver stating they hit something in the roadway. This was yesterday. A second 911 caller saw a person lying in the road. Now, first responders then found a body. That man, now identified as 35-year-old Blake Sindelar of Fremont, Nebraska. The incident tonight is still under investigation. Police in Western Iowa have arrested a woman accused of setting another woman on fire. She allegedly then hit that victim in the face as a third person tried to put out the flames. Lindsay Maves was arrested Monday on charges now of attempted murder, arson, and willful injury. Accused of spraying that victim with a flammable substance and then lighting her on fire. The victim was found outside a homeless center in Council Bluffs. Police say she had severe burns and was taken to an Omaha hospital for treatment. An Iowa native and Siouxland Olympian says a pork burrito is to blame for a positive drug test. 28-year-old Shelby Houlihan, a Sioux City East graduate, holds American records for the 1,500 and 5,000-meter runs. She tested positive for the steroid nandrolone. As a result, she's been banned now from all competition for 4 years, meaning she's missing the next Olympics. Now, the announcement on Houlihan's Instagram comes just 1 day before the U.S. track and field trials for the Tokyo Olympics. Coming up tonight at 10, KCAU 9 News reporter Jason Toktagian tells us what Olympic-level athletes have to go through to stay in top shape like this and be competitive for the games. The company that owns and manages Southern Hills Mall and other shopping centers nationwide has filed for bankruptcy. Filing for Chapter 11 gives Washington Prime Group time to restructure its debt. The company has received $100 million in debtor-in-possession financing for its day-to-day operations. Those operations, the company says, will remain as normal, including at the Southern Hills Mall. The city of Kingsley, Iowa is taking steps now to conserve water. Due to inadequate rainfall, a schedule for the residential watering is in effect and immediately. People at odd-numbered addresses can water their lawns on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. At even-numbered addresses, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. No watering is allowed on Sundays, as well as between 8 in the morning and 8 p.m. That's for everybody. This schedule is in effect now until further notice. The only exception is new sod or seeding. And it's time now for our first check on the weather. Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, do you have any news of more rain? Because we are now starting to see the effects of our dry and hot period we've had here in June.
That's right, Sophie. It is becoming desperate out there as far as precipitation goes. We do have some small chances in our future, but nothing that's really going to make a significant dent in the drought that we're experiencing. For the month of June, we've only had about a quarter of what we typically receive in the month of June to this point. And for the year overall, you can also see that we have about a 2-inch deficit on precipitation in Sioux City. So again, we do need some more precipitation soon. High temperatures today were up in the 80s and 90s, a hot one. Tonight we'll see lows descend into the 50s and 60s. Tomorrow is going to be even hotter than today. As you can see that the Weather Service has put out some heat advisories already in South Dakota and Nebraska. We'll have more information on that as well as a cool down coming up in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Scott. It was Poultry and Swine Day at the Iowa State University Western Research Farm that's located near Castana, Iowa. Monona County 4-H members came out to see what exactly it takes to care for farm animals. The mission of the ISU facility there is to teach future generations about agriculture and current farmers about new techniques.
Iowa State University, and we're here to educate the public, and it all starts with the kids. So that's where this project has really benefited the community, I think. So.
The current swine program was started to spur more interest in show pigs and hog farming. The Western Iowa Research Farm is celebrating its 75th year of education this summer. State Representative Ras Smith says he's running for governor in 2022.
Lace them up, Iowa. The work is just beginning.
The lawmaker is running for the Democratic nomination on the ticket. He is expected to make a formal announcement in his hometown of Waterloo later this morning. The 33-year-old is the first candidate to throw his name into the hat for the governor's seat. Governor Kim Reynolds has not officially said if she is seeking a re-election. And Governor Reynolds did announce she was cutting off those extra payments last month to the unemployed, saying they discouraged Iowans from getting back to work. But economists worry it's not addressing the real issue.
We've got two issues going on in the state of Iowa. We haven't recovered all of our lost jobs, and we lost a lot of our workers. It's not just that they're unemployed. We lost a lot of people who left the labor force for a variety of reasons, and that's probably the biggest issue right now that Iowa has to deal with regard to its recovery.
And as the economy recovers, Swenson will be looking for two things, he says: the demand for goods made here in Iowa, as well as the health of metro economies such as Des Moines, Ames, Iowa City, and Cedar Rapids, which he says will help lead the state in growth. As coronavirus case numbers decrease countrywide, cases of air rage are on the rise as more people are choosing to fly now. The FAA is saying that airlines are seeing thousands of altercations, mainly over mask mandates, but the agency is currently cracking down on that bad behavior. ABC's Andrea Fuji has more now from New York.
As vaccination rates increase and coronavirus cases decrease across the country, more people are traveling by air. The TSA screening more than 2 million people on both Friday and Sunday. But also on the rise, mid-air confrontations. The FBI is investigating the latest scare when an off-duty flight attendant on leave allegedly threatened to take down a Delta plane. The passengers and crew restrained 34-year-old Stefan Jamar Duncan. Authorities believe he was having a mental health crisis. Delta Airlines CEO says the airline industry is seeing the results of the pandemic on passengers' emotional health.
Customers are returning in such large numbers. We know the pandemic caused a lot of emotional well-being challenges for a lot of people.
So far this year, the FAA has received about 3,000 reports of unruly passengers. They say most incidents are due to passengers refusing to wear masks.
We're on course in this year to have almost as many events as we have seen of unruly passengers in the entire course of aviation.
Earlier this month, a passenger on a flight from Los Angeles to Nashville tried to break into a cockpit. Passengers and crew detained the man until the plane safely landed in Albuquerque. To combat the rise of violence, some airlines are refusing to serve alcohol on flights. Southwest recently announced they'll ban alcoholic drinks because of air rage. And the FAA handing down big fines on those who cause in-flight disruptions.
And that was Andrea Fuji reporting. Well, kids' days are often filled with learning, at least during the school year, but survival skills might not be included. The importance behind self-defense training at any age, coming up in just a few minutes.
And it looks like temperatures are set to spike in the 90s, even triple digits for some over the next 2 days here. So some incredibly hot weather expected in Siouxland. Minor thunderstorm chances also coming our way and will cool things off as we head into the Father's Day holiday weekend. Your 9 on 9 forecast coming up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Traveling over into Monday here as we cool things off even more so for next week. A high temperature of 79 next Monday to look forward to if you're tired of the heat. Here's a great picture of a morning sunrise that occurred in Shaler, Iowa. That's in Sac County. Thanks very much to Colleen Hansen for snapping that picture and sending it along. If you have a weather picture that you want to share with everybody, go to SiouxlandProud.com, find the weather tab, and send us your photos.
All right, beautiful shot. Thanks a lot, Scott. And while mowing your lawn, which you might be doing in this weather, you might come across pine cones or even dog toys. But one man noticed a lost Bible in a flower bed. What he did next, coming up in just a few minutes. But first, adults seek out self-defense training for various reasons. But those trainers say there's plenty of benefits for kids, too. How they can avoid becoming a victim next. With most kids in America out of school, there's a lot of things they could be doing this summer. And while we may not always have our eyes on them, their safety is still a top priority, of course. Brenda Lipinski shows us self-defense lessons geared specifically for kids.
You can just hit. 11-year-old Viper is demonstrating how to ward off an attacker. She and other kids are learning self-defense techniques at Krav Maga Lubbock.
They're super fun because you basically learn how to protect yourself.
Theodora Betancourt teaches the classes and says there are certain characteristics kidnappers look for.
Attackers look for people who are scared, especially kids. They will know immediately if a kid is brave enough to yell, to stand up to them, to run away, anything like that.
And Betancourt says confidence is something predators stay away from.
They rely on kids being silent. They rely on kids being not very socially aware.
And as Viper shows here,
go away.
Kids can also use their voice as a powerful tool.
You should yell for help or somebody help me, or you can also yell commands at them.
Ready?
Betancourt says practicing scenarios with children helps strengthen their response.
Usually automatic freeze unless you've worked on it. No one really knows exactly how to get out of a situation like that unless you have been taught.
If you came here and were attacked, then you would be prepared instead of just stood there.
Well, a family tonight has been reunited with a long-lost Bible. How the book from 1946 resurfaced and led its finder on the right path to its heirs. Next. A caring neighbor and a little bit of police detective work reunited a family with a very precious Bible. Lauren Daniels has the story.
And it rained all night, so it must have just been there for a little while because it wasn't wet. And just laying there with a bunch of screws and some bullets.
Terry Ward was mowing his lawn last week when he noticed something strange, a Bible in his flower bed. The Bible had the name Pearl Williams and the year 1946 on it.
Oh, who is Pearl Williams? Where does she live? And I asked the city hall, and they had no record of her.
So he called the Nakoma Park Police Department. Inside the Bible, they found a Del City address.
Luckily enough, the Bible's owner, her son, still lived at that address.
The family couldn't believe it had found its way to their home.
It was very emotional. We lost my mom in October, and so that was hard enough.
Tucked inside the Bible, Pearl's daughter Lisa Bennett found many of her mom's precious, priceless memories.
Her wedding announcement was in the Bible from where her and my dad got married. She kept different things that were very important to her.
Bennett says she's grateful for the generosity of strangers and the police work that may not have seemed like much to them, but means everything to her family.
Finding little bits and pieces and keeping little pieces of her helps me rebuild that little loss in my heart.
It makes it nice to be an investigator that you can find somebody's family Bible and return it to them.
Taking a live look outside right now in Sioux Center. Scott returns with one more check on your forecast. Stay with us. Of course, ABC World News tonight is next, but first, Tim joins me from the newsroom with a look ahead to our program here at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. We'll hear from some Iowa economists who are expressing concern over what they call the shrinking labor force in Iowa. We'll take a closer look at the numbers coming up in just a half an hour. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds still hasn't announced if she'll seek another term, but should she decide to, she now has some competition in the 2022 midterm election. Raz Smith, the Democrat who serves in the Iowa House, will look to become the first black candidate elected to a statewide office in Iowa ever. Also ahead tonight, we'll introduce you to the newest member of the St. Louis Prosecutor Attorney's Office, making victims and witnesses feel more comfortable these days, all with a pretty simple tool, a wag of the tail. That's coming up after World News tonight. Of course, I'll join you then.
Thanks, Tim. Hard not to feel better when you're petting a dog. And honestly, if you're a warm weather lover like myself, hard not to enjoy the forecast that you've been giving us.
Yeah, a little bit difficult to find a time to take the dog out for a walk, though. You have to go early in the morning or late in the evening when it's a little cooler on the paws. Highs in the mid-90s the next 2 days. Some small chances for storms. Looks like the best opportunity probably coming on Father's Day night.
All right. Thanks so much, Scott. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6. Until then, have a great night.